As we welcome the golden years of our beloved dogs, it's not unusual to feel a twinge of concern. Soft whimpering during sleep can sometimes mean they're experiencing a dream, but can also indicate discomfort or even pain. If your dog is dreaming of chasing that elusive squirrel, you'll hear perhaps a few blissful whimpers or soft barks. If they have recently begun making this sound, or it seems to occur more frequently, check in with them throughout the night. A soft nudge to see if they wake can help determine if they're merely dreaming, or if that sound is a symptom suggesting they need a same-week vet visit for further evaluation. The fifth sound to consider is an increased sighing during daylight hours. As your dog ages, you may notice more frequent sighs. These can be both a signal of contentment or restlessness. If they sigh deeply and lean into your side, they're likely feeling safe, relaxed, and comfortable. On the other hand, if your dog is sighing more frequently and seemingly unable to settle down, that can often indicate anxiety or discomfort. The key is to watch for patterns in their behavior. If these sighs are accompanied by pacing or an inability to find a cozy spot, it's wise to consult with your vet to discuss behavioral solutions or health assessments. After all, knowing if it's contentment or distress can significantly assist in your dog's quality of life. Finally, let's explore perhaps the most significant sound your senior dog can make: the quiet huff when they find the perfect spot and settle in. This understated yet heartwarming sound might not grab your attention immediately, but encapsulates so much of what we wish for our senior dogs. When they finally find a place they feel comfortable, a patch of sun, a cozy blanket, or right next to you, and they let out that contented huff, everything is okay in their world at that moment. This is a reassuring cue, signaling that they are at peace. Hold on to these moments. They remind us of how important it is to create a safe and loving environment for our dogs as they age. As we conclude this exploration of the 6 sounds your senior dog makes that are worth paying attention to, remember that paying closer attention to your dog's unique noises can lead to better health, happiness, and longevity in their later years. By recognizing the low groans, clicking nails, loud lapping, soft whimpers, increased sighs, and those sweet, quiet huffs, you become attuned to their needs. If your dog is showing any of these signs frequently, always consider speaking to your veterinarian, as this discussion can lead to better ways to help them thrive. Thank you for taking this time to deepen your understanding of your senior dog's needs. The years spent with your 4-legged friend may change, but your love and commitment can remain steadfast. If you found this discussion helpful, I encourage you to subscribe. Let's continue to learn together, ensuring that your dog's next good years are just as filled with joy as the first. Your journey with your companion is far from over. Let's make those years count. When we think about our senior dogs and the sounds they make, it can spark numerous memories. Have you ever noticed your dog let out a gentle groan as the sun rises? It may evoke imagery of mornings spent together, perhaps while you sip your coffee and they bask in the warmth of sunlight filtering through the curtains. Nostalgia aside, let's explore how these sounds tie into their daily experiences and overall health, enriching our understanding of what they may be conveying. One sound that often goes unnoticed is the quiet, rhythmic breathing that often accompanies their relaxed state, especially during nap times. This sound can be quite different from the rumbling and groaning we talked about earlier. As they transition into a deeper sleep phase, your dog might even make little snorting noises or small gasps. These sounds can simply indicate they are dreaming, perhaps running through grassy fields or retrieving a favorite toy. However, if these sounds become more pronounced or coupled with signs of distress, like restlessness or pacing, it can indicate something more serious, such as respiratory concerns. Dogs can experience conditions like asthma or other respiratory issues as they age, so be mindful of the fluctuations in their breathing patterns. While on the topic of sounds surrounding comfort, consider the way dogs vocalize when they're interacting with us. The gentle bark or yip when greeting you at the door can tell you they're eager for companionship or a little playtime. If you've had a long day, that joyful noise might soothe you. Observe if there's a shift in their vocalization patterns. An increase in barking may suggest discomfort. Perhaps they need attention or something more substantial, such as a health check. When we notice these changes, we can act sooner instead of later, safeguarding their quality of life. Let's pivot to another lesser discussed sound that becomes more prominent with age: the sound of scratching. A senior dog may begin to scratch more frequently, whether at the door, a bed, or even themselves. This itchiness could mean several things. They may have developed allergies, dry skin, or even a chronic condition such as arthritis leading to discomfort in certain positions. This situation leads to an important reflection. Beyond the sound itself, scratching can also illuminate changes in their environment. Have you switched to a new detergent, treated the yard with chemicals, or begun using a different type of shampoo? Often, finding the source can help you cater to their needs effectively. Let's weave in a heartwarming vignette of a client who shared her experience with her aging Labrador Retriever, Max. He would let out a plaintive wail every time he had to stand up after lying down for a long while, particularly on colder days. This concerned her deeply, as Max would tend to avoid rising, staying in his cozy corner for longer than he should. After observing the sound recurring and noting it was accompanied by a slight limp, she consulted her vet. It turned out Max was diagnosed with arthritis. Changing his walking routine and integrating gentle joint supplements, after consulting her veterinary team, helped alleviate his discomfort. Slowly but surely, the wails transformed into occasional groans, a sound she learned to interpret as gratitude for the care she was offering. Another subtle sound worth paying attention to is the way your dog might gulp down treats or kibble, a sign that reflects their appetite and enjoyment. If this vigorous chomping suddenly transforms into a slowed down or hesitant process, it can be a signal of dental pain. Perhaps they're favoring one side over the other when chewing, indicating potential discomfort with certain teeth. A friend once told me about her golden retriever, Bella, who had been a real gobbler since she was a pup. One day, her chomping slowed, and she began dropping treats. This shift demanded attention, leading to a vet visit that revealed dental disease. Upon treatment, Bella transformed back into her enthusiastic self. Being mindful of those sounds can be an important part of ensuring your dog's health. You may even find sounds eliciting joyful spontaneity, a playful bop or a bark when they want to engage with you or ask for love. Sounds can flourish into communication. The soft growls combined with barks might mean they want to play, or they're simply excited to be with you. But should you notice a stark contrast in these happy sounds, it's important to pay attention. An absence of energy or excitement might be phrased in their vocal range as a softer whimpering or even silence, signaling a need for assessment. A change in playfulness can often indicate their overall mood, which is worth investigating. If your senior dog suddenly desires to spend more time alone, the shift could be due to physical discomfort or emotional changes. Have they changed their social game? Are they seeking isolation? Tap into these nuances and consult with your veterinarian if you find these changes concerning. Translating these sounds into real experiences can forge stronger bonds. For instance, think about your dog as they plop their head down on your leg, producing a tranquil sigh of contentment. This is a sound that tells a story, a tale of trust built over years. In those moments, don't overlook the importance of physical touch, soothing strokes along their body as they melt into relaxation. This creates not just reassurance for them, but also strengthens your bond. Think of the sound of your gentle words flowing into their ears, the closeness you cultivate by being truly present with them. As we piece together the sonic tapestry of our dog's later years, it's vital to not only listen, but to act. Prioritize those vet visits to help decipher the deeper meanings behind the sounds. Remember, if your dog is over 8 and showing any of the notable sounds we've discussed, or if any new sounds are present, this communication deserves attention and care. By bridging the gap between observation and action, you're engaging in what truly matters, the irreplaceable companionship that can enrich your lives. Spend those moments with them. Watch their ears perk up with particular sounds such as the oven buzzer, the crinkle of a treat bag, or even the mailman's footsteps. Before long, these connections become the rhythm of life, a lovely melody to accompany you on dog walks and quiet evenings at home. They'll forge the landscape of your affection for them, fostering a strong relationship that harmonizes every sound. To sum it all up, understanding these sounds isn't just about identifying concern. It's about deepening the bond you have with your dog in this wonderful stage of life. Each sound represents their feelings, needs, and states of health. As you listen closely and embark on this journey of communication with your beloved senior dog, remember the essence of love and connection we share with our furry friends. Thank you for listening and exploring the important sounds of your senior dog alongside me. I encourage you to subscribe so we can continue to learn how to care for our beloved companions, ensuring their golden years are filled with happiness, comfort, and endless love. Your dog's journey isn't over. It's a beautiful, ongoing story awaiting each tick and woof along the way. Let's